Our face is like a tree. It tells our story. Every line is an emotion, and every color is a state of the soul. For All the Glory is a series of paintings of old women crowned with flowers. I used crowns of flowers to symbolize a mixture of things. I think it's a bit of a beauty queen, a bit of the crown that Christ, the thorns Christ has, laurels of the Romans. We tend to put things on our heads with jewels or flowers to symbolize success and victory and power. These women have been crowned because they have behaved in the way they were expected to behave, and they have sacrificed themselves in order to fit in or in order to allow others to maybe fulfill their dreams. This painting is called El que dirán, what they might say. She seems to have had either some dominant figure in her childhood who got angry a lot and makes her afraid of anger, or a family where anger was never expressed. In any case, she's not expressing hers and she's not accessing all her life force. The face is in black and white and quite flat, and the flowers are more realistic and in color. And this is because I see in these paintings the social as more real than the personal. That in these women's life, social expectations are their reality. It's what shapes them rather than their own feelings and their own needs and their own hearts. But of course, it's a woman that has personal grief. Maybe she feels she doesn't have time to do what she wants to do in life. She has anger. She feels betrayed. Maybe she feels she's wasted a lot of time. I look for faces on the internet that express what I want to convey, and then I use Chinese face reading to tweak the features so that it becomes more coherent with my message. You and the Horse You Rode In On is the first painting in the series. I searched on the internet for the most bitter and disappointed woman I could find, and then I made her worse with face reading. She's very fond of this particular one because she looks so incredibly bitter and sad. The women in the series have a choice. It's not that anyone is forcing them to conform. They conform because they want to conform. It's easier to conform than to do it your own way, because your own way doesn't have any warranties, and you know at least if you're doing like you're supposed to do, even if you're making it up because no one really told you how you're supposed to do it, you still think you have some control over the outcome. And I think that's where the disappointment comes from, because they thought they were playing by the rules, but the rules might have been their assumption rather than real rules. Sacred Family Ties has sacrificed her truth for the sake of the clan. She's hidden abuse, but it's a story I have invented for her. She's been angry all her life in many different ways. She's bitter and she feels resentment. She still thinks that others should do what she did if they were put in the same situation. I am very interested in the consequences of our actions, how what we do shapes who we become, and if we do it enough and repeat an action enough times, then we can't really claim ignorance or say that it wasn't our responsibility. We have a responsibility with age that comes from life experience that I find very interesting, and there's also wisdom and hindsight. You have to have lived a bit to see the consequences of your actions. I think it's very difficult not to put oneself in the position of these women. I'm not judging them. I think the pressures are enormous to be a role and fit a label. But they didn't need to. They could have gone a different way. Or maybe they just doubted. Maybe they think, I could have gone a different way, could I? And the doubt is enough to make them regret.